guys, welcome to the Homestead. I thought I'd come in here and do a video for you guys today. I just did a video over at patreon.com about Trump and where I think this is all headed. Just some of the things he's been doing, some of the things he's been not doing, and how some of the world is reacting to it and what I think that might mean. I won't get into that over here. You can watch it over there. If you're a patron, you can join for as little as $1 a month. If you join at higher levels, I appreciate that. And you're absolutely fantastic. But then I'll, and for those of you who join at higher levels, I have things for you. They'll be shipping out. We just made some smoked salt, by the way. So I'll be shipping that out to the Crockett level patrons here soon. But also it gives you access to these. If you buy these on Amazon, you're going to pay a bundle of money. I think probably several $1,000s if you bought these books on Amazon. And so I give you the PDF downloads for as little as $1 a month, joining my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. All that to say, I wanted to do another video today on the tariffs. And I know it sounds like a really boring topic. So stick with me here for a second. I promise I won't make it boring. But really what this means is they're going to charge companies who make things overseas a lot of money to bring them back over here into America. And this is mostly targeted to China because that's where we consume a lot of our goods from. And as I have taken over, or helped my son take over a company called Perfect Pickler, where we make probiotic kits for people who want to get into probiotics. There's a lot of different companies who do this. This has been around since 1994. They've obviously been out the longest, and it's a family-based business. You can check it out, perfectpickler.com. We now run this business, and we took it over from some of the folks who were running it before. They are now missionaries over in Africa. And so they said, hey, listen, would you want to take this over? And so we can go do that. I said, absolutely. So this is what we are doing now, perfectpickler.com. My son is running the company, but I'm helping him. And part of running a company is to source goods from manufacturers so that you can put together these kits. And inside the kits, you have a number of things. You have lids, and you have these air bubblers, and you have the manuals, the instruction booklets, and the recipes, and the salt. Like this one here has real salt in it. But more on that in a second. All kinds of different things in here in this kit to make it work and make it function. And we also have another one called the value package here, the Perfect Pickler value package. This is the one we sell the most of. But I promise it's not going to be a giant commercial for Perfect Pickler. But the point of the video is to let you understand that I understand how hard it is as a business owner who actually produces something to find and source products that you can use for your products when you try to put things together. And the case in point I will make is these lids here. So when we took over the company, we had these lids like that, Perfect Pickler, power up your produce. Okay, there's a series of lids that come with your kit in order to make the kit work. And almost everything, I think everything in the kit was made in North America. Okay, these were, I believe, made in Canada. Okay, and I couldn't find the company. I contacted the company. It was time to reorder the lids, and they said, I'm sorry, but we can't sell to you anymore. We're only going to be able to sell to you if you order between 1 million and 1.5 million of these at a time. And I'm like, I can't afford that. I don't need 1 million of them or 1.5 million of them. And I said, well, we're sorry. We can't. What they told me was the dye that they use to make these in the plastic machine, because it's food grade, BPA, BPS free. And so we lost the dye. And we're not going to be able to do this for you anymore unless you order 1 million of these. I think they just didn't want to have us as a small company anymore. So I'm like, well, okay, I'll try to find another company out there who makes these. And so I went around and I contacted all these companies, and each one said, and it was funny because each one basically said the same thing. That's not a very common lid. We don't make those. I'm sorry, we can't make those. Or they'll say, well, that's not a very common lid. We can only make those if you make a die, purchase a die to make those at our company. Well, how much is that going to be? Oh, to make a metal die that will make these lids, it's between $20,000 and $40,000. If we have China make the die, it's $20,000. If we have a United States made die, it's going to be $40,000. Again, the company doesn't have $40,000 sitting in the back pocket, to make a die to make these lids. Are you getting where I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Manufacturing in this country is at stupid low levels. Trump knows this. Ladies and gentlemen, all these companies told me that's not a very common size. I'm sorry, we don't make that. The jar that fits this lid is sold in every Walmart in America. Every Walmart in America carries the jars. They're mason jars. It's a mason jar lid. Not a very common size. What planet do you live on? They're sold in, I think Dollar General sells them also. Mason jars. They're sold in every Walmart and Dollar General in America. And if you're like me, you have a Walmart and Dollar General in every corner here in America. So how come we don't sell the lids? The only lids I've seen that they sell are these ball jar lids, which don't work for us because they're too thick. They're not the right size, or they are the right size in diameter, but they're too thick. See, what we do is we take these lids and we punch holes through them, some of them, and the kits come with lids with holes and ones without, and that's how we sell the lids, and that's how they work with the kit. I had, unfortunately, to go to China to buy my lids because I could buy them there affordably and I could buy them in the quantities I need. I bought like 15,000, so it's not like I bought a couple hundred. I bought 15,000 at a time. And they made my lids for me, and I have a machine that punches the holes through them. Okay, I have to be able to punch holes through them because that's what the bubbler fits into these holes. Can't do that with these. And that's the ones they sell at Walmart. And I need to buy them in mass, in bulk. Okay, and I need to find BPA free and BPS free food grade plastic ones. So I had to go to China to find mine. My point with all this is that there is no manufacturing here in this country anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not here. And so Trump understands this because he's a businessman. He actually works for a living. He has his whole life. And so he understands business. He's like, we got to bring manufacturing back to this country. And we desperately need it. Imagine if we get into a war. They're doing troop buildups in the Taiwan Straits right now. I mean, there's no doubt China wants to take back Taiwan. They're going to try and take back Taiwan. If we find ourselves in a war, back during World War II, at the beginning of the war, we had the manufacturing base to ramp everything up into a war footing and, build destroyers and Liberty cargo ships and all these things that were needed to win the war. Munitions. That's why Patton said, compared to war, all other forms of human endeavor shrink to insignificance, because you understand the amount of effort by every single person in a country that it takes to put together a war effort. It demands everybody's involvement, including you at home growing a war garden, so that the troops have more food. It involves everyone. And right now, we do not have the ability to do that if we ever needed to. And so he's like, we got to bring manufacturing back to America because right now we're in big trouble. I'm seeing a lot of things that he's doing that I think are absolutely fantastic. I also understand a lot of the things he's doing are not going to be without pain coming up in the near future. But I do understand that a lot of things he's doing when it comes to tariff and manufacturing are going to pay off in the long run, but it will be painful. It will mean higher prices at first because you won't be able to get things like you want to be able to get things cheap from China anymore. There are going to be tariffs associated with that until the manufacturing comes home. I can't believe there's not a company in this country that doesn't make a lid that fits on jars sold in every Walmart and Dollar General in America. That boggles my mind. That tells you we have serious issues. Absolutely serious issues. But that's my thoughts. I'm watching some of the stuff he's doing. I think they're fantastic. I'm watching a few other things he's doing. Makes me scratch my head, but I have theories about that. Again, I made a video about that just over at patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead. Link in the description below if you want to join my Patreon. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think the tariffs are going to be bad? What about you as a manufacturer? Are you as a business owner? Are you a business owner? Do you have the same challenge? Are you trying to source things from everything else so far in our kit is still made in North America? I got the bubblers. They're made in America. Obviously, Redmond's real salt. What's another thing? Let me go down that rabbit trail for a minute. I don't want to make anybody mad, but listen, it's inflation. Everybody is raising their prices. I get it. But man, I'm sorry, Redmond's. I can't do that anymore. It's absolutely way expensive. I can source a clean, pure, natural salt product in bulk and package them here on the Homestead, and it's way, way cheaper than buying from a company their salt. I mean, It's too expensive. So those of you who, I can offer smoked salt. We're going to start offering smoked salt. We're going to start offering pink Himalayan salt. We're going to start offering other salt options that are natural and unrefined, good salt options, because you don't want to use that chlorinated, chemically clean salt that you buy at the stores. No, you want a natural salt product when you make probiotics, when you make pickled vegetables and fermented vegetables. And so that's really important, but too expensive. They've raised their prices to the point of absurdity. I'm sorry. And so it's cheaper for me to source those salt products and package them and label them here on my homestead. It's way cheaper, like 4 times cheaper. It was no brainer. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do our own salt. Smoked salt, Himalayan, pink Himalayan salt, and just regular salt coming up soon. But we have a big stockpile of this stuff and also the Celtic sea salt brand. And once we're done with those stockpiles, we will not be buying them anymore. We'll be going ahead and packaging our own sources for salt here on the homestead that are natural, organic, and all goodness. So anyway, if you as a business owner are running into these same problems, please leave a comment below. Let me know some of the problems that you have faced, the challenges you have faced with trying to deal with manufacturing here in this country. I would love to hear your story. I've talked to a lot of other company owners who are doing the same thing. They're having the same problems. And it's just one of those. Bear Independent, I think, talks about this too, trying to source good products, good materials, because he really values, some of, the products he's trying to sell. And he wants them to work, when you need them. And so you want to put good stuff in there. And I feel the same way about the things that I do. I have a quality paranoia, especially if it's something I make. Let me know your thoughts below. And check out also, if you haven't gotten these books yet, over at patreon.com. These are our herbal extract books. If you bought these on Amazon, you would literally pay thousands of dollars for these. And if you join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month, you can join at higher levels. I appreciate that. But if you join as little for $1 a month, I will give you access to these PDFs. You can download them, get them printed out, get them hard copied. These do not tell you how to make tinctures. There are plenty of videos and information websites out there to tell you how to do that. What these do is tells you what to do with those tinctures and why, and how easy it is to find some of the materials. They're all growing in your backyard, most of them. Color photos included. So check that out. Patreon.com/American Homestead. If you sign up for as little as $1 a month, you get access to those PDFs. It's in the collections tab right at the top of the Patreon. When you join, click on that and you'll find the download link. All right, guys. See you next time in the homestead. Bye. One of the best perks about living off grid is that I never pay an electric bill. I love being my own power company, but that means when things go wrong, I have to be the one on call. So I try and use reliable components for my power production. For the last couple of years, I've been promoting OUPES solar generators. I've been using them and abusing them, and as it turns out, they are pretty good products. They have power generators for all occasions, and they can be charged by permanent or portable solar panels, as well as AC power. They offer true lithium iron phosphate batteries, and this is important. Recently, a family in my area had a different brand that uses the less stable nickel manganese cobalt, or NMC type batteries. The unit caught fire in the middle of the night. It was a scary situation and it caused damage to the home, but thankfully nobody was hurt. The generator, as you can see, was a total loss. This drives home the point on why it's so important to employ solar generators like the OUPES brand that uses the much more safe and stable technology of lithium iron phosphate, otherwise called LiFePO4. They offer small generators for travel or for powering an entire home and everything in between. These are great backups to have in a medical emergency, or to power a freezer full of your favorite meat products, or as I have shown in past videos, for even backup AC and DC power sources for ham radio communications. If the grid goes down, you're going to be thankful you have one of these units. You can find the link in the description of this video or click on the banner ad found on the front page of our website at AmericanHomestead.com. Right here, that banner ad right there on AmericanHomestead.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.